T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up.
All right. Good evening, you guys. Let me start my cam. Good evening. Hi. How are everybody doing? So I'm allowed some time for the viewers to come in, you guys. But while we're waiting, just a few notations that we're just going to briefly go over. This is the brand new platform. Brand new. As you guys may know, Shady Tea in the Majorette community, the actual older platform is no longer up. It has been shut down. It is officially shut down. We will no longer be calling the platform Shady Tea. It is now just the Majorette Tea. I think that kind of puts a little bit more of a spin, more of like, so it's not so controversial, because people, have expressed, some people have expressed that it was just, people got the perception that it was messy and all we do is start mess and all we do is tear down the Majorette community, just the carrying on, so forth and so forth, child. If you guys are coming onto live video, please make sure that you are always sharing a live video, tagging a live video, and inviting to live video, because we want everybody to come on in and, just kind of have a candid conversation. And that's what pretty much tonight is. As you guys have all known and all have seen and have noticed, there has been a lot of controversy in the Majorette community as far as in us trying to weed out the scammers, weed out the people that we feel as though is not in the best interest for the Majorette community, people that tries to come in and does things with the Majorette community and people really don't know them. They don't have any inkling about what they stand for, what they're about. And as of late, there has been issue. Now, I'm gonna say this. I did make a post and I said I was not going to touch on this. And I'm just gonna do it very lightly on tonight, only because they were supposed to come on tonight. Not only the person that is hosting the event, but also, and this was by way and request of her. And I wasn't going to stop my platform because they didn't come on. I sent them the link. I sent one of her confidants a link and let them know that we were coming on live and stuff. This was a decision that they made. They said they wanted to come on at 7 o'clock, and that's just what we did. But evidently, they are not here. So I'm just going to briefly touch on this, you guys. If you guys have not noticed, or maybe have not seen, or you actually probably have seen this flyer going around, and I'm just going to wait for it to upload. So there was this flyer that came out several weeks ago, Magic Kingdom Battle at Disney. This is something that a woman by the name of Sabrina McKenzie, I don't know, from what I was told, Miss McKenzie is very prominent in the clergy. She's very prominent in the clergy realm, as far as then, and I'll let you guys see her face if you don't kind of recall who I'm speaking about, but she is prominent in the clergy. She is a from what was told to me, because I've never heard of her, so I got to be transparent. I've never heard of her, but this is her, Miss Sabrina McKenzie. She's a very beautiful woman, very beautiful woman. I've actually personally spoken to her on the phone, and obviously in reference to this situation that we are discussing tonight. And I think what the big issue that people are having, you guys, make sure you guys are coming to live video, make sure you're sharing live video, tagging live video, and invited to live video. But I guess the big controversy is, number one, we have dealt with so much in the Majorette community for the past couple of years. You guys have known, you guys have been there front and center to know and to actually see it go all down, like everything from people coming in and not having venues, and people coming in stealing money from uniforms. And we have just dealt with a lot of stuff in the Majorette community. And I think what it is, and please, if anybody comes on and would like to chime in and stuff like that, please by all means do so. I think, and you know what, Christina, I appreciate that. I think that that's what it is. People are bothered by the truth. People are bothered because the situation, these situations have not just happened. These are things that have been happening. And, you know, there's been people that have been so afraid to talk about it, to talk against it and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, we are at a point in time where people really want to go and experience things with their dance teams. They do. They want to go and experience things with their dance team. They want to take their kids on different experiences. They want to do such, you know, all these amazing things. And it's just so disheartening when we talk about the Majorette community. And I know there's going to be people, you know, Jazz, you're not good for the Majorette community. Good child, bye. I could care less what you say. I could care less what you say. But what I do know is we have to still remain effective with what we're talking about. There have been a lot of scams going on in the Majorette community. There have been a lot of people coming into the Majorette community and, for lack of better words, just wanting to pay the rent, or wanting to buy a house, or wanting to buy a brand new car. And they have not really shown themselves approved in the Majorette community at all. People got it so quick out here to where they just go and book a venue just because they can. And they expect for people to just run to their beck and call when they put out a flyer. These are the things that we're talking about that we have dealt with for the past couple of years in the Majorette community. And the issue that, like I said, I see a lot of times is when people come out there like Miss McKenzie. Again, I don't know her. I've never heard of this woman. So when I saw the flyer, I can only speak on me. When I saw the flyer, I was like, okay, you know, it's catchy, but we all know Disney World has their own dance nationwide, national genre. They have their own thing going on at their parks. So when you say things like it's going to be at Disney, and then we look at the flyer and there's no address on the flyer, but you say it's at Disney, that causes for some concern. When you say things like, they're going to be dancing live on the Disney stage, that still causes concern. So it's a lot of missing pieces when, okay, we know we should be able to go to the Walt Disney World site in Orlando, Florida, and see the advertisement and the promotion of said event. We should be able to go and call them and ask questions to confirm these people, and I did receive the email. I received the email. It was sent to me. I received the email. The email did state that they had no recollection of this event taking place at their park. And that specifically, that if anyone has, giving out their personal information, they want to make sure they use precaution because they're not affiliated with this person's event. Again, anything that happens at the Disney World Resort, anything that happens at Disney, as we are saying, anything that happens, they would have that information, and so I think a lot of times people are trying to turn this into, well, you guys are bashing, you guys don't want to see anybody else doing anything. No. It's not that. It's that the Majorette community has been burnt so many times with foolishness from people that we have no recollection about. We trust the people. Oh yeah, they spoke very highly of their event, and they made us excited, but we've never heard of them. And then you get to the point where you say, okay, well, we're going to go do it, and we're going to go see for ourselves. And then when you get there, you find out that everything that was told would happen didn't happen that way. So it's nothing wrong with people trying to come into the community and doing things, but we also want to see, where is your accolades and where's your product? What have you done in the Majorette community? What have you, it's almost like people have gotten so caught up to wanting to put out flyers and put out, oh, we're giving out such and such amount of money to get the people to come. But if you have let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be really, really frank about this. When you have a show that has a good reputation, you could put out a flyer and don't have no cash prize on it, and people will still register for your show because of the reputation that you have. The cash prize is only a added bonus or like a little more icing on top of the cake. But there are people that have shows out there that are really good. They're really good producers of shows. They don't give out no cash prize, but they give out amazing awards. They give out amazing trophies. So when we're talking about cash prizes, again, people put out things and they're like, we're giving out such and such amount of money to get, people registered. So, it's one of those things where it's just like, people have to really, really be careful when people we don't have no recollection about is trying to come into the Majorette community and throw on stuff. And like I said, I talked to Sabrina. Sabrina sounds like, she's really, excited about doing it. But I also got mixed feelings about some of her responses. And that's why I wanted her, to come on and kind of talk. And then, we do have someone that actually made the post, and I'm going to bring him on. But we do have someone by the name of Reese that actually made the post. And I'm going to allow him to come on and speak his side of things. And how, and like I said, I've extended an invitation to Miss McKenzie. Miss McKenzie is more than welcome to come on. So if you guys do send this live to her, I've already inboxed her. I've already sent her the link. I've already told her that once she comes on, it will place her into the waiting room. This is by request of her. I was not going to touch this. This was specifically requested by her when I spoke with her on the phone last week. She said, Jasmine, do you mind if I come on your platform and pretty much talk about the event? I said, that's no problem. She wanted to go on last weekend, but I was busy with my show. So I told her no problem. So, she comes on, amazing, great. People want to know, they have questions that you guys can ask the questions away. But we do have the person that actually made the post. And he can tell you his reasoning behind what he did, and so forth and so forth. So at this time, we have Reese. He is the director and coach of the Dynasty All-Stars dance team out of Durham, North Carolina. And Reese, you can kind of go ahead and kind of give what your take with this was, and how this came about. Like, what probed you to write scam across her flyer? What made you think that this was a scam competition? Like, what facts and what research did you do yourself to come to the conclusion that this was possibly a scam for the Majorette community?
because the reason why I did, well, hello everyone. But first and foremost, when you look at a flyer tells everything about your show. That's the first thing a person looks at. If it's catchy, yeah. If it's catchy, yeah. You want to make sure that everything is everything. But at the same time, when you got misspelled words, in on a flyer, it throws a red. That's one red flag when you got misspelled words on your flyer. So, me looking at in detail about a flyer, I'm going to want to know about the venue. I want to know what hotel this is going to be at, because from my information that I got, she literally didn't, she just put it out there just to put it out there. I'm not saying it could be Mackenzie. I never heard this lady at all whatsoever in my 30 plus years and over 25 years of dance experience. Never heard this lady. She never, from my understanding, she never graced the Majorette world until now. So what made her, in my mind, I'm like, what made her go out here and try to bring in the Majorette world, knowing that we in the Majorette world, we already struggle. You got teams that's out here struggling. You got teams that's out here trying to rebuild. You got teams that's strong enough to go on to another competition. But taking from kids, that's a problem to me. That's
so let me ask you a question, because I want to be transparent with it. I want to make sure, because you guys, I'm only here to kind of like talk about the situation in a way, kind of like be a mediator in a sense. I'm not here to take Reese's side. I'm not here to take Sabrina McKenzie's side. I'm here to completely just ask questions, get clarification, and kind of hopefully get to some type of better understanding of this individual's event. So Reese, let me ask you, because I know they're going to ask. I know some people may ask. One of the big things is like, well, why is people even worried about it if they weren't even trying to go and register? So did you at all have any type of inquiry to even think about taking Dynasty All-Stars to the show? Like, were you interested in taking them to register? Like,
yeah, to be honest, yes. It was something different. Like, just like your shows. You don't do a show, your shows. No, your shows are not normal. They are beyond awesome, because you do stuff that the kids want to do outside of a competition. So that being, you're doing a competition at Disney.
That's big. That's huge. Yeah.
So that means a lot. So I want to know what's going on. Okay, I want to register my kids for this. But at the time, if there's red flags in there.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was going to be my next question. What were the red? So you said that you talked to you. I'm not putting words in my mouth. I just want to make sure.
No, you good.
So you did have a conversation with your coaching staff, and you guys were considering doing this lady's show. And my next question is, what were the red flags for you? What said, okay, this don't look right? What, before you even made what you made, the post that you made, what were the red flags that said, okay?
The person that posted, I never heard of this person. Because people come into the major world and think they've been here for years. That's the first thing is the name of the person that is throwing this competition. And then on top of that, you got misspelled words at the bottom of your flyer. One mistake can tarnish a flyer.
I did see where she was trying to say and it said ABS.
Yeah, and then
so I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's supposed to say Disney stage. It said Disney staff, staff or whatever the word's supposed to be. But at the same time, I look at stuff like that. A lot of coaches do that. We look at details about a competition. So we want to know that, and that threw a red flag for me. And then by her being who she is, and I don't know who she is.
So I just want to make sure I go to the comment section so we can kind of touch on. So I see Christina Valentine says, yes, there are new and upcoming teams that are getting done dirty. So you can check a venue, but is your flyer real? Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things that we actually do see. Anybody could put out a flyer, but then right behind that, Derek Nichols says, never hearing about someone shouldn't be a red flag. This is a huge Majorette community.
Yeah.
So have any take about that? We do know this is a big Majorette community. However, with it being so big, it still is very small because, as we know it, coaches talk.
Yeah.
Coaches go directly to inboxes and they talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for it to be very, very big and huge, you know, yes, and all in all, no, that should not be a red flag. But as of late, it has been a red flag.
Yeah.
It has been a red flag. So what are the other things that you actually saw that you felt like this was something that was not legit?
Okay, so I went on her the website because the website it was down for a couple of days before I can go back in there. So when I first went in there,
when you say down, when you clicked on the link, what did it say?
It stated that, you know, it showed her picture and it showed what hotel it was at. Then I think you can go click in and the categories and stuff like that. What got me the most is when you have to pay $150 registration fee. Not only that, you have to pay the $50 registration fee per child. And then on top of that, you have to pay per category, which is the first category is 100. The next one's 125. The next one is 150. So you mean you telling me we got to pay all that, but then she stated in her video that they will be apart if they have to pay the $50 fee to get in Disney. Where in the world did Disney charge $50 to get a child or anybody in? Because from my understanding, it's $100 and some just per child. I mean,
yeah, I know Disney is more than that to get into their park. So, and that was another thing that we had a question about too when I talked to other people, because when I originally saw the flyer, I did ask clarifying questions just so people could understand, like, you know, what was actually going on. And when I saw it, I asked her, I said, so okay, let me get this right. I said, so the registration, because what she put out was it was only one registration.
Yeah.
When she originally had made her post, it was $150 for a team registration. There was no other, it wasn't per category. And these are things that we're talking about, you guys. When we talk about playing on words, this is a form of playing on words. When you don't put out all the information, or the information is kind of like using a blind eye, like I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to tell you just some to kind of get you interested and get you to pay something. That's a form of playing on words, because if people don't have all the information, you got their money, well then now they've just been sucked into, you know, what you implied,
right?
But you didn't tell us everything.
Right.
So again, that was one thing that I noticed. It was $150. And that was it for the team registration. Then it was $50. So the $150, when I asked her, I said $150 covers the team registration, right? She said, correct. I said, and when you pay $50, this is what I asked in the comments. The $50 covers, because I went to her video, her promo video, and I actually looked at her promo video that she put out that's on her website. And it said $50 included. She didn't say $50 included in Memphis to the park.
No, it's not. She even mentioned in her video, it's not. She
said the $50 was for the competition.
Yeah.
It was for the technique classes, the majorette classes, is what she said.
Yeah.
The $50 covered. However, everybody had to pay $50. So it just wasn't for the dancers. It was everybody, parents included, had to pay $50 to get in to an event that she then came back and said that the $50 covered you getting into the park.
Yep, she shouldn't have did.
So again, which one is it? When we're talking about something as huge as Walt Disney World,
yeah,
and we're talking about something to take our kids to, that these parents are going to have to take off of work for, because the competition is also in the middle of the week. Not saying that people can't have competition in the middle of the week because it's the summertime, but parents have to take off of work more. If you're talking about, you know, so you got to think about it. If the competition's on Wednesday, a lot of teams come in a day before or 2 days before the show to get settled in, to kind of go and practice, kind of get their stuff. Maybe they want to go do stuff. So you're telling me that my parents is going to have to take off a whole week, off of work, to be able to come to something. And then when we get there, what you're saying that we're getting may not be what we get. That's why it's questionable.
Yeah, it was very questionable. Because you know, when I found out about the flyer, I asked around, I asked the CEO, and I asked some parents, And they say, well, Maurice, find out more information about it, because they want to know before they spend their money. Because
I just feel like, honestly, with something as big as that, we should not have to go through hoops and hurdles and leaps and jumps to find out what important information and what information just as small as a location. And then someone had made a comment and said, well, the reason why some people don't put a address on a flyer is because people try to call and get it shut down. Let me tell you something. Let me help those out that may think like that. First of all, when your name holds weight in the Majorette community, you ain't got to worry about that.
That's right.
When your name has a good reputation about throwing on amazing shows and having beautiful venues and treating your guests and your coaches and your dancers that come to register for your show with dignity and class and professionalism, you don't have to ever worry about. I had someone come to New Orleans just last March, a person that was on Shady T last year for scamming an entire 8 teams out of money. She decided to show up to the show. Then she got taken off of the campus and said if she was to return, that she was going to be taken away in handcuffs. So again, people will try it, but when your name holds weight in the Majorette community, you don't have to worry about nobody calling your venue to try to get anything shut down, especially if you have a contract. See, what y'all don't understand, why people always talking about, well, we gonna sue, and y'all love to throw that word defamation of character around, but that's gonna be something else that we talk about in a few moments. But when you have a contract, it don't matter what nobody says. If you sign on that dotted line and that's an agreement, that's a legal binding agreement, they cannot come back and say, oh, we have to shut your event down because of a phone call. Because they don't know you from Adam from Eve, and they don't know them from Adam from Eve. So that could be anybody. They're not going to do that. If you truly handled your business and you truly paid for your venue and you did everything that contract said that you had to do, and the only thing you're doing is getting ready for your event, you don't have to worry about that. So that's not, that's not, I'm not buying that. When you talk about, I'm going to take my kids to Walt Disney World, Dad on it, I better see all the information on the flyer. Matter of fact, you better have a double-sided flyer. You better have all the information on one side of flyer with key details, because we're talking about Walt Disney World. Granted, let me put this out there. When I had my cruise competition a couple years ago, one side of the flyer had all the information on it, and the other side of the flyer had all the pricing as far as in referencing the cabin prices. So there was no gray area. It was straight black and white. This is what it is. This is what you're paying for. This is what you're going. Why do we have to? So somebody said, why do we do this as a black people? Why do we do this to our black people? It's not doing anything, because our black people is doing this to our black people. That's what it is. Our black people is doing this to our black people. We should not have to search high and low for information that should already be readily available for us at our disposal to be able to go and look at information. And that is the big issue. If the lady has a competition and she has it and people go and it's an amazing show, great, awesome. She defeated all odds. Right. But then when someone addresses it and she goes like she did in this instance, and she got smart with reasons, I saw the comments. She's talking mess in the comments. Then she goes and blocks him. Well, how are you gonna be mad that someone brought something and saying this looks like a scam? He has access to Facebook like everybody else.
Yeah, and like Jasmine, just like the other day, today and the other day, I did call the venue to make sure everything was everything. Yes, she said they'll be here on the 13th, but the main question was, is the competition there? She said no.
And when we said that, we're talking about at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Because the way she said on the flyer, and let me just make sure that you guys are completely transparent, because I don't want to leave nothing out. This is what the flyer says. It says at, and it says the Disney trademark. This right here is it's in a sense it's not. I'm trying to think of the word. It is misleading. Yeah. This is misleading. And then you put prominent people like Jason Fever, that hosts one of the biggest dance competitions called Warzone, on the flyer. Then you have people from So You Think You Can Dance, and then you have Jennifer Meckler, which she is over Deja Vu, Purple Dance Rest, and has other accolades. Then you have MCJ Fever from Bring It. So you're bringing these people in here, and we're seeing at Disney. They're probably thinking the same thing we thinking. So we going to Disney World? Like, it's not only, at this point, it's not only we're talking about kids. We're not only talking about kids. What are you talking? Who is this? Yeah. It's I don't know. What? Hold on. I just read a comment. Turquesa Romo, this is not at my house. Rats. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, so again, this flyer is very misleading. You know, this flyer is very misleading because it says at Disney. It doesn't have any address, but it has a city and state. Well, we know Disney World is in Orlando, Florida. So again, then when we're talking about playing on words, we want to make sure, only thing that people want to know is this actually happening at Disney? Not at a resort, not at around Disney World. We want to go off of what you presented to the people. Is this Magical Kingdom, which we know Disney World is called Magical Kingdom? It is the Magical Kingdom. That's what you have on the flyer. Looking at this flyer, I'm thinking, okay, she's having a conference, and then she has the Disney World in the background. So that's three things that we just picked up right there. You have the entire castle on the background. You have the words Magical Kingdom, and you have their actual trademark on your flyer. Now, when she comes in and says, well, anybody that tries to slander my name, my lawyer is on bop, 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 and I'm ready to sue. And if you don't take your stuff down within 78 hours, we're going to serve you a cease and desist letter. Well, I'm sorry, but if Disney wanted to, they could actually look at this and say, we need to go after the person that's doing this because they have our likeness on their flyer when it's not happening at our park.
That's right.
So we have to make it make sense, you guys. Like, people want to talk about, well, y'all want to jump on a bandwagon. It ain't no bandwagon being jumped here. It's evidence in your face. Then someone took it a step further and emailed. They emailed the sales team at Disney, who we all know the sales team will have recollection of an event like this because they handle sales.
Yep.
They handle the sales. So they handle all the monies when it's talking about doing something at their park. They handle that. The person emailed whoever got emailed them back and said, we don't have no affiliation with this event. This event is not happening at our park. So again, we don't understand. Someone said post the email. So let me pull up the email because it was sent to me. Let me pull the email right quick. One moment, please. Let me pull the email so we can have that. So everybody, and then they want to be catty and say, oh, well, you marked out the word, you marked out the person's name. Okay, that's neither here nor there. If you guys also paid attention to the flyer, it also has a person that sent it, the email, that actually sent the email to the person that was inquiring about it. They sent it back to them, and it says their name at the top. So let me pull this email right quick. I have a lot of messages. Okay, I think I found it. This is it. Let me see. This is it. Okay. So this is it. So I'm going to post the actual the response. I'm gonna post it so you guys, so everybody can see what the response was after the email. Now that the email was sent, and also the person that sent the email, they stated that they sent the flyer, so they knew exactly what they were talking about. They sent the flyer along with it, and this was the outcome. Actually, no, that's not it. Sorry. Okay, so that's not it. Sorry, that's from a previous thing. One second, y'all. Give me a second. I have to pull this up. Let me see. I think this is the one right here. Is that it? Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's not it. Where did I just downloaded it? Okay, you guys, let me go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. 1 moment.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in B flat because I feel like I'm about to go there. Oh, I feel my hip coming up.
Okay, so I am just going to read it because I don't know why it's not pulling up for me because I did have it and I downloaded it and for some reason it's not populating. So the email, if you guys did not catch the email simply stated, this is from Ravika at Disney Parks on April 21st, 2022 at 5:53 p.m. Eastern Time. It says, thank you for contacting us regarding the competition you recently read about. At this time, we are not running promotions on social media sites, hosting competitions, or offering free Disney products. We would advise you to protect your personal information from any parties promising this on social media. Again, let me read that again. We would advise you to protect your information from any parties promising this on social media networking sites as they are not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. So this is what was presented to the public.
Mm-hmm.
This woman, Sabrina McKenzie, who is hosting this event with very prominent people in the Majorette community, that's the email that we got. You can't really argue with facts. You can't. But if she's having it in Orlando,
yeah,
cool. If she's having it near Disney World, cool. But say that. Don't have the people be under false pretenses of something that you're wanting to happen so bad because you're trying to come over to the Majorette community and break the Majorette community with a big news like this. Oh my God, we're going to Disney World. We're going to Disney World. We're going to go to Disney World. And you're promising kids that, and then when we get there, there's no Disney World. Oh, it's not at Disney World. It's at a resort that's by Disney World. Well, that's not what you said. And that's not what you put out there for the people to believe.
But Jasmine, but Jasmine, the resort that she's talking about having it at, it said venue, and the hotel that she's supposed to be having it at. Today, the lady, Jennifer at the front desk told me, yeah, they'll book here, but there's no competition here. And she didn't know where it was at.
Wait, what?
Yes, she said there is no competition here. She said, but they'll book it. They book their rooms here. She said, yes. She said, I got everything in my in the log for them coming in on.
So they have a room block at the hotel.
Room block. Their room block, but there's no competition there.
She doesn't know where the who did you call?
I called the lady that at the front desk.
But what was the venue? What was the venue called? Because they said what was the venue that
the B Spa and Resorts.
Okay, that's where she's saying they were having it.
Yeah, that's on the website. She said
somebody
that's where the
venue page wrong on the flyer. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
She said that's where it was at, and the lady told me today, which I got a voice recording because I recorded it, and I don't know if I sent it to you, but
I did invite the host of the show. I sent her a message, and not only did I send her a message, but I also sent her colleague, her confidant, one of her close friends a message and asked for her to go ahead and come on the live again. Let you guys know. Miss Sabrina McKenzie was the one that had requested to go live at 7 today. She asked to come on to clarify. So this was strictly on what she wanted to do. But of course, like I said, Reese is one of the parties that was also involved because Reese did make the post that it was a scam. And so Reese is just coming on telling people what he got from what he received from her.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just don't want it to happen because we done seen so many, like you said, Jazz. We done seen so many major teams get scammed by so many competitions over the past couple of years, and it's not fair to the people, the less fortunate kids that's out here that's on dance teams, and their parents have to strive to get to a competition, but at the same time, people are literally taking, they money, and it's not fair to a lot of teams out here. It's not, and I hate to see another team go through that, and it's just not fair. And like I said, yeah, Odu said we don't know everybody, but yeah, the major world is big, but it's also small. It's small as I don't know what, but at the same time, you got dot your I's and cross your T's and all that stuff. You got to do a lot when it comes to making sure your kids don't fall in
a trap, and it's devastating. It's devastating. We want to talk about, I want to do this for the kids. I want to do this for Majorette. Like, again, some people, they say that and they don't mean it. They don't care about these kids. They don't care. They don't.
And stop and so, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it real. Some coaches, some parents need to stop thinking about themselves and think about the kids, because if it's not what it seems like, and them kids get down there, you're going to hurt your kid. You're gonna hurt your child more than you hurt.
And then the parents is gonna be pissed because the parents went off of what you said. They trusted your good judgment to say, hey, this is what this lady's putting out there. But again, it's a domino effect. The coaches saw it, they got excited, then they brought it to the parents got excited, then they broke the news to the kids got excited, and then when they get there, all that excitement, it's like, okay, so y'all remember there was a movie, it was like in the 2000s, and there was a girl that was from a small trailer park. I cannot think of that name of that movie. It had Christy Alley in it. And remember, Christy Alley was a pageant director.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
What was it?
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous. And remember, they prepared for this they was planning on going to the hotel. I love that movie. But it was prepared to go to the hotel, y'all. And they had won their state titles and everything. So now they were trying to go to the national title, where Christy Alley was supposed to have paid for the hotel, paid for their rooms, everything. And they get there, and the hotel had a big old sign on it that said foreclosure on it. Man, them doggone girls was out there crying, screaming. They was throwing their bags. They was throwing their doggone. They was busting out the glass at the hotel. They was knocking over the sign. Like, they were mad because they had worked so hard. And they worked tirelessly to prepare for something that they look forward to going to the entire year, just to have their dreams shattered. People, and some people make me sick in this major community sometimes, because again, it's a big old mess, and they play on words. Yeah. They play on words, and it's, they know how to get around different ways for people to still show interest. Instead of just being straightforward, honest, and perfectly transparent. This is what it is. This is what we offering you and your kids. We are going to do this. You either come or you don't. And then we're talking about a person that's so prominent, as she say that she's in clergy and in the ministry role. She's making subliminals, disrespectful subliminals at that. So it's like, are we really talking about a person of the cloth?
Don't know, woman of God.
The comments.
Woman of God, don't go to scam kids or scam people, period. If you got that much of a
I'm not, you know what, and this is what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm not gonna say scam, because a scam, it could be perceived all different. I'm not gonna say scam. I'm gonna say false advertisement.
Okay.
because the scam hasn't actually taken place yet. Because she very well still could be having a show. It just may not be where it's at. So it's a misconception. You're misleading. Yeah. You're putting out information that may be misleading to the public. But if she still has a show, it's not a scam. You just misled the people that it was going to be at one place instead of the place that you put out there. Let's go to the comment section. Someone said, right, don't advertise promising a Disney stage performance. She did say that the winners will be dancing on the stage at Disney World. That's what she said. That's understandable, Reese. We definitely get your point. Somebody, Derek said, you have to look into the logistics before informing your parents or team. The first that I did before I even told our coach was look at the logistics. I absolutely agree. This will be amazing if Disney truly was involved. I have to commend her, though. She definitely has the buzz on her competition. Exactly. She definitely has it. She has the buzz on her competition, but what's the buzz at the end of the day? If our kids are going to be let down. So we just want you to be, Sabrina, if you're looking at this live, this is not a bashing section. We're just literally coming with facts. Reese understood the rules and regulations before he came. I said, don't come on here rah-rah and being crazy and stuff like that, because I want people to see and understand where you're coming from. I did extend an invitation to her, and I don't want to prolong this evening more, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, we want to make sure that what you're promising the Majorette community, you're going to do your fulfillment of making sure that promise takes place. That's it. That's all. We also know, and we did our due diligence and looked up, or somebody did their due diligence and looked up, and it was brought to my attention that kids under the age of 8 can't even dance at Disney. They can't even be on the Disney stage because it is what is it? It's a liability issue. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, this is coming straight from the head of people, and again, Disney has their own international huge competition that they put on. So it's like, it almost, if y'all think about it, it would even be a conflict of interest for them to even host something like that at their venue. Because number one, people that does their international stuff may get confused. Like, well, is this a part of Disney? Is this, is this something that Disney is really advertising and promoting? No, it's not. And then what also kind of baffled me was that she went on a bait and switch. They baited by putting the information out there, and then they get ready to switch the stuff up when it's all said and done. So it's a bait and switch situation. Yeah. And then another question was, well, if we're talking about the Disney stage, we know Disney is so big. We know the Magical Kingdom is so big. It's the Magical Kingdom. All the princes and the princesses and everybody's there. Everybody, they all the kings, horses, and queens and all that, they there. What Disney stage are we talking about that the kids are supposed to be performing on? Because there's multiple stages at the park. Yeah. So that also was not clear. So again, you guys, when we're talking about putting information out there, this is just education. We teaching, educating, and bringing awareness. We done already taught y'all. We done already educated y'all. Now we're bringing awareness. Somebody said Disney Springs. Okay, well, we understand Disney Springs is not Walt Disney World. If it was going to be at Disney Springs, then guess what? The flyer should say it's going to be at Disney Springs, not Disney. Disney Springs is not Disney. Disney Springs is a shopping mall with other entertainment, but it is not at Disney World. So again, when we're talking about, you're talking about playing on words. I put at, and then they put their trademark, Disney. If I see a flyer like this, I'm going to think my kids are going to be at Disney because that's their trademark, not Disney Springs, at Disney in Orlando, Florida, to compete at Disney. That's right. What that says. That has been their trademark since I was little and before I was little. Before I was even born, that's been their trademark. From that old man doing Mickey Mouse dog on videos while Mickey was on the train, tutuing and stuff in black and white, that has always been the trademark. So why mislead the people and put it's going to be at Disney when we see that and it's not there? Then Reese said that he called and did his due diligence and he called the actual Disney Springs, right? Was it Disney Springs or I'm assuming that's Beach?
No, it was the resort that she was having she said that she was that's where the venue is at.
So what? Because when I looked up Disney Springs, it comes up a shopping mall.
Right. So, but the hotel that she got on the website where she's hosting the competition at, where she said was at, like I said, Miss Jen, she was nice to, give me information and stuff like that. And I said I didn't want to drive down there and then there's not a competition at this hotel. And it wasn't. She said there's no competition here, and she said I don't even know if they have it around here.
Let me just Google Disney Springs. So Disney Springs comes up at Disney World. That's what it says. Disney Springs at Disney World. That's what it says, you guys. Disney Springs at Disney World. When you pull up Disney Springs, it says shopping, dining, experiences, events. So we'll go to the events page. Events. What's happening? So let's go to July. It doesn't even go out to July. It only goes out to May. So let me do all events. Look, let me break it down and do an all events. What events is going on at Disney Springs? When I look it up, we have all events, and this goes out to May the 20th, 2022. Free Cadence events, an Epic Live event, Kalinka event. It looks like a reggae-inspired event in April. R&B singer-songwriter Dre C will be out there. Nicholas Marks on April 17th, 24th, 29th. The Wazaloo something event, but no Disney Battle.
And then I was seeing, I checked around too and see if she was having it at a high school, Phillips high school, and couldn't find out they said there's nothing there. So I really dug deep, try to, see what else she was having around there, but she was having a competition at. There's nothing booked.
And from my understanding, from what I was told, teams have already started booking their flights and their hotels to go to this women's event.
Oh my God.
Someone said that's the old downtown Disney.
I wish she would just come on and just clarify everything and literally, defend her reputation, because if she's that big of a person, defend this, because it only takes for you to just clear it up a few moments. That's all it takes. I'm not bashing Sabrina or nothing like that, but at the same time, you're misleading the Majorette world, and we don't take that lightly, because if you're misleading us, we can't trust you.
But Alexa, she said that she's going to go live at 8:30, but she's the one that contacted me and said that she wanted to come on my platform to basically clear it up. So again, this is something she requested of me. I did what I told her I would do. I said I would come on and she can come on at 7:00 to state her case. I even contacted her colleague, Jennifer Meckler. And Jennifer has not responded either. So again, I hope she does go live on her page and clears it up. If she does have this event, good luck to her. But if it does not happen, or if it happens and it does not happen the way you guys came across, or that it came across, then honestly, you guys should have known better.
Well, just like Amber just said, Amber Jones, she was like per category. So the registration fee is $150, and then
let's add that up. I want to add it up. So registration is $100 because the what? So, and that's another thing. I seen one that said 100, 125, 150, but then there was one that said 100,
125, but
170. Well, no, the one I saw was 150, 175, and 200.
Yeah,
because it came out to be 525 for a total. If you wanted to do all three team, or if you wanted to do all three categories, because each category had its own what am I trying to say? Each category had its own categories.
Yeah.
So if you did category 1, it had a certain categories. If you did category 2, it was a certain category. If you did category 3, it was a certain category. So you have certain categories that you can do if you want to do it.
Yeah, because the $100 one was palm, field show, and stands. Then it was trio, and then it was 2-on-2 tag team.
Someone said, Amber said, I know when I asked her for information, she was asking for payments per categories and per dancer. I'm here in Florida, and I know Disney only hosts worlds for cheerleading and dance competition. Wow. Do y'all see where we're coming from? Do y'all understand the seriousness behind us doing these type of lives? Because it's not to bash anybody, it's to help. Sometimes. Okay, Jennifer just messaged me. Let me see what she says. One moment. I'm just getting out of practice. Someone sent Sabrina the link you had posted some days ago when you were in the Range Rover, and she felt disrespected after the conversation we all had on the phone. She felt the pettiness was unnecessary. She felt like your platform would have been the best platform to speak on it, but because of negativity on that live, she decided not to. She's going to go live in a Majorette dance at 8:30. Okay, well, she can go live. That's fine. First of all, let me clear that up, because everybody saw my live. Let me clear that up. I don't see a hit dog will holler every time.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. A hit dog, Amber, I'm going to bring you on. Amber, check your inbox. I'm going to bring you on. A hit dog will holler every time. Every single time. So how did you feel disrespected because someone made a valid point? I said what I said. I said, at this point, y'all will register for Scooby-Doo and the what did I say? Y'all will register for Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machines competitions at this point, because you're not. But I followed behind it, and I said, but you're not doing your due diligence by researching. Amber, I just sent you your link. So now you felt disrespected. How? I did not once bring up your name. I didn't say anything. Like, now you're going to make yourself look even the worse because you had the opportunity to come on. You sit there and say, oh, I decided I'm not. After she asked me, I decided not to come on your platform because I felt disrespected. Well, the Majorette community felt disrespected by you misleading, because evidently we put out the information that was sent to the people. So how you get mad because people do their research and they do their due diligence? That's why I said the Majorette community, some people in this Majorette community got it messed up. Now y'all about to piss me off. I was trying to keep it cordial, cute, because at the end of the day, it was what it was. But now y'all about to piss me off, and now I don't care, because you came to me. I didn't call you. I didn't ask for your number. You came to me and wanted to come on this platform to clear up whatever you done told the people. Now you mad because I made a valid point to say that y'all will register for anything, and you felt disrespectful when I didn't even say your name. Girl, go ahead on. Go ahead on. Go ahead on with that. Now again, we are in a predicament. Now you're also playing on words with me. You're playing on words. Oh, I know that your platform is well known in the Majorette community. And let me tell y'all this. Let me be frank. Can I be frank with y'all? Let me be frank with y'all. Miss Sabrina McKenzie is not what she cracks up to be. She was very arrogant. Very arrogant. She told me out of her mouth, if the people don't know who she is, Google her. That's what she said. Google her. Woman, you're supposed to be a woman of the cloth, and you talk about telling somebody to Google you, but you're supposed to be a woman of God? Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, girl. Bye. Bye. You can't even put out a flyer that the people can even understand, because you got so many doggone misspelled words on your flyer. Now you done pissed me off. Bye, girl. Bye.
Hey,
bye.
And
you could not even fix your lace. Let's talk about it. Now you done pelt the bear. Your lace front was showing its entire cap back here while you went live on your page and you presented it to the people. I can't even trust you because your lace ain't even melted. So if you can't even melt your lace, why am I going to sit there and trust that you're going to do right by these kids? Make that make sense because the math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing, boo. It ain't mathing. Now you done pissed me off. I could have been in my bed chilling after a long, successful weekend of events, and I ain't have to come on this slide to talk about nothing. And I said I wasn't going to speak on it, but because you said, Jasmine, will you allow me? Your exact word, let me come to the camera. Your exact words was, Jasmine, will you allow me to come on your platform and to discuss and to clarify? Well, again, you wouldn't have to do all this discussing and clarify had you put out the information like you were supposed to. Hey, Amber.
Hi. Y'all don't mind my hair. I was in the bed.
It's all right, baby. It's like, so again, y'all got it messed up. Y'all got it truly messed up. You mad because who y'all? Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all got mad at me once upon a time when I was reporting stuff and I didn't have facts or I didn't have hardcore evidence. Y'all straight up was pissed because y'all felt like I didn't do my research. Now I done did my research, or the researchers, my researchers in the Majorette companies, because I didn't tell them to do this. I didn't tell them. Like, I could care less. I wasn't even thinking about the show because I kind of felt like it was already some BS. So I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm like, well, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, whatever. I wasn't even thinking about it. I had no other concern about that show, whether she had it or not. The people that follow me and support me went and did what they were supposed to do because they felt like it was some BS. So when they sent out the emails, what y'all said for them to do or for me to do, when they sent out the emails to get the research, y'all getting mad because now they done did the research that y'all was pissed about before that wasn't being brought. And now y'all want to be mad that the people saying the shit ain't happening at Walt Disney World. Please make it make sense. Because it's not. But you asking for $525 per team plus $50. What? Amber, you kind of can speak on the girl.
Yeah, basically it was like what you guys said. I had tagged into the live kind of late, but this was a show that I was actually interested in taking my girls to because we're in Tampa, so we're 30 minutes away from Orlando. So I was like, that's a great time for a home team to just go out and support. When I saw the website, because I saw somebody post the link for the website, I was like, okay, let me check out all the information. She got a website. I go on the website. It's like, okay, there's a team registration fee, category fee, and then in the category fee, it's a per dancer fee. So I messaged her and I was like, is there not one fee that I can pay for my girls? I got 30 girls. I'm not paying $25 or whatever the fee was per dancer to dance.
It was $50
per dancer. And we coming down the street. And so once I started talking to, like, I was going back and forth and I was like, this don't make sense. And then it dawned on me, I cheered for all of my life. And I was like, even when we cheered or we had our World's competition, we didn't do it at Walt Disney World. We did it at the World of Sports. That's why they have the World of Sports complex. No, and then we used to get a chance to get a Disney ticket and we went into Disney for free after we competed, but we didn't compete at Disney World. Even when we did training camps, we did our training camps behind the scenes where the Disney dancers trained. So we used Disney studios behind the scenes for their studios, but we didn't dance at the actual park. Definitely not in front of the...
Let me ask you, Amber. I'm pissed if y'all can't tell. I was trying to be transparent and non-biased. I was trying to be the out. You done pissed me off. You pissed me off, Sabrina, Mackenzie, whatever your name is. I don't give a fuck at this point. Because this is the shit that we talk about. Yo motherfucking raggedy I'm about to read. You can't even fix your lace front to go on live for people to even understand you. crew that they gonna throw on a show and y'all asses is gonna register because Sesame Street said it. So how you mad because I make a broad statement to say y'all will register for any damn thing, and then you go what?
It is true. And if it wasn't for your tips,
put a like on your regular post, girl. Bye. Girl, bye. You're not talking about nothing, bro.
But it's true. If it wasn't for your regular posts and tips on what to look for when registering for teams, I can understand why people would be like, "Oh, that's Disney World." Because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, at Disney," not thinking about it. And then I thought it was like, "You've never performed yourself at Disney World," and I've been dancing for forever.
So let me Google this because I've never heard of this either. She said that let me take it to Google. Google, are you there? Let me take it to Google because I would ask Alexa, but Alexa might get smart and say some stuff to y'all. So let me go to the Google page so they can just give it to me in black and white. Dancing preachers, because that's what she said that she's been doing for all these years. Dancing preachers. I don't know what this is. Dancing Preachers International. Let me go to the site. Dancing Preachers International. Restore the Glory. July 13th through the 17th. So this is the same time she's trying to have that Disney whatever. And so it looks like she's trying to cash out mighty good that weekend. She's been doing this for, she's saying 21 years. Its 21st year, Dancing Preachers International is one of the leading liturgical dance conferences world. Okay, so it's a liturgical dance conference. The Dancing Preachers have feet that preach.
Girl.
The DPI conference has traveled to 23 nations and all over the U.S. sharing the good news of Jesus through the arts. Well, all right. Over 60 workshops and 40 instructors. Okay. Previous speakers include Bishop Jackie McCullough, Bishop Neil Ellis, Bishop William Murphy, Dr. Cindy Trim, Dr. Jamal Bryant, Jason Upton, Julie True, Jacqueline Carr, and Micah Stampley. She didn't even spell Micah's name wrong. She spelled Micah M-I-C-A when it's M-I-C-A-H, but okay. Registration before April 15th is only $200 per person. Oh, God. She's charging $200 per person and $150 per group of 10. Their conference is non-refundable. She made sure she had that in there. Even this says the B Resort and Spa located in Disney Springs Resort area. 1905 Hotel Plaza Boulevard, Lake Buena Vista, Orlando, Florida. Dancing Preachers using the group link only includes private breakfast.
There's no competition there.
So Wednesday, now let me tell y'all, the competition is supposed to take place on Wednesday, right? Dancing Preachers is taking place Wednesday as well. Dancing Preachers is at the 13th at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So she said at check-in there was supposed to be a welcome breakfast, but if y'all pay attention to what the lineup is, you're doing a welcome and a competition the same day. So you're doing a welcome on Wednesday and the competition is supposed to start at 10 a.m. Make it make sense. Make it make sense now. Make it make sense.
That comment somebody just put about dancing at Universal Studios, I've done that before. But we went as a school. So like they didn't charge my dance instructor for us to dance there. And it was a great experience. But we're talking about Disney World. Disney World is its own entity. And Disney World does not play when it comes to performers because they're liable for everything at Disney World.
So let me ask you, Amber, is it true that Disney World does not allow children under the age of 8 to perform on their stage?
They don't, because you got to think about it. It's a public platform. So like where you would say the Magic Castle, where they perform at, that is a stage, and that stage is like 10 feet off the ground. Because then it's blocked by all of those bushes and the fences and stuff like that. So I wouldn't trust somebody under the age of 6 or 8 to dance there either. Because, you know, sometimes when you have babies, you still have to direct them on what they're doing.
So let me ask you another question. Let me go to this. So is there multiple Disney stages at Disney World, or is it just one Disney stage?
There's multiple. So think about it. Hold on one second. Let me get my baby to be quiet in the back.
She about to fuss them out, honey. So yeah, Turkesta. I want to make sure. Okay, Turkesta Romo. So she was up front with them. Not that you got a dog on Mickey Mouse profile, but okay, child. So she was up front with them, but not the Majorette teams. Got it. That's what it sounds like to me. Because looking at the sessions, I'm gonna just be transparent. It says July 13th, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is registration. 12 a.m. to 1 is lunch. 5 to 6 is the dinner, and 7 p.m. is the worship service. And it's like that every single day until the 16th. And then the 17th is, I guess, that Sunday, which is 11 to 3 worship service.
So then if she was thrown on a conference, just say, I'm doing a dance conference.
No. What she doing is she's trying to tag team them the both that same weekend. Because the Wednesday she's having Dance and Preachers Conference all day. That's when actually Jay Fever said that he was contacted to MC. So unless she's having the conference and the dance competition, which that's going to be a mess, but you're talking about bringing in.
You're talking about praise and worship and then Majorette.
With praise and worship with secular music.
It don't match.
Make that make sense. That's the only way that I'm seeing, because she said the welcome reception is that morning on Wednesday. Everybody's getting a welcome reception. So that's everybody. I'm telling y'all, this don't seem good. It don't sound right. It don't look right.
It don't mix either. But like you said a while ago, people lately have been jumping into the Majorette world because they feel it's easy money. Because if you've been doing a dance and a lyrical and praise and worship conference for 20 years, why all of a sudden add Majorette to it?
That was my question too. And so when I asked that, her friend Jennifer had said, "Well, Jasmine," I said, "Well, because I guess that's her thing. She gives out $5,000. First of all, let me be honest with you. I have seen people do liturgical conferences, and not one time, maybe they do it as a memoriam or some type of thing, but I've never heard them award people money for praising God.
Me either. And I danced on the dance. I've danced at church as well, and we've gone to different conferences and never have they've given like a monetary donation afterwards. Like, okay, thank you guys for coming. This is a donation for your church.
Yeah, that's something that you're not. That's something that you're not expecting, though. That's something that.
Yeah.
What? We don't want to see you.
Get your tail. Hold on.
Lord have mercy. So again, you guys, this is what we're faced with. Again, I myself personally, it's an honorarium. Thank you, Mama. Honorarium. That's one thing. For you to give a donation or you're going to say I'm a blessed or whatever the case may be. That's one thing. But when you are talking about praising God and what Jennifer said to me, I don't know how true it was, because Jennifer said this out of her own mouth. She said, well, I told her, instead of you giving them $5,000, why don't you come over to the Majorette community and give a team that has been struggling due to COVID $5,000? Well, it don't necessarily work like that.
No.
Because again, we run into this situation where we don't know you. We don't know you from anything. We don't. And we know that Deja Vu Purple Dancerettes, she said out her own mouth, she don't go to everybody's competition. She don't.
She
told me that out of her mouth. So again, you don't even support everybody. But you want the Majorette community to support your friend, and you're sitting on the judges panel. That is just it's not sitting well in my spirit.
Yeah, it wasn't. When I looked at that website, it wasn't given. When I seen all them different prices, I was like, what is this? And now, like I said, I've been in the Majorette community now. This will be our second year, because I think, Jazz, I've reached out to you a few times.
No, Jennifer. The admin over that group very well, because the admin over that group is Cheryl Carter. And Cheryl Carter did actually go live about this the other night when she was talking about Reese, because they were looking at the live or whatever. So Cheryl Carter very well may let her come in and do that live on that page. But Cheryl Carter runs Majorette Dance. So she very well may let her do it. She said it. If Jennifer said it and Jennifer and Cheryl are like this, I'm pretty sure that Cheryl Carter gonna let her go live in that group.
I think the clarification is necessary. Like,
Well,
that's just it.
Amber, she, she reached out to Jasmine, you know, to come on Jasmine's platform because Jasmine does have a big platform. But at the same time, if you can't be, if you saying you call yourself a so-called woman of God, you should be able to not. You shouldn't be feared by nobody. You should be able to come on and speak your piece and go about your business. But if you can't do that, something's wrong. So like Jasmine said, a hurt dog is gonna holler, and that dog hollow like I don't know what, just not too long ago. But at the same time, I don't fault myself for posting that because I want the Majorette community to know what I know, because I don't want them to go.
Reese, let me parking lot you there because we do have Amber on here, and Amber did say that she had inquired about it. Amber, what was your red flags? What brought a red flag to your eye? Because maybe you might have seen something different that Reese saw in his red flag. So what was the red flag that you saw?
Honestly, so I saw the flyer keep getting. Hold on.
He about to beat him.
Y'all, I'm sorry. Listen, my kids normally not home, but my red flag was I kept seeing the flyer getting posted, and after a while, I was like, let me just look into it. And I was like, because it's too good to be true. I've never seen an actual competition at Disney World, and I was like, that'd be a great thing if it's training, more training than anything. It'd be a great thing for my girls to go into more like a training camp. But then when I went on the website, I did see a lot about liturgical dancing, and I was like, okay, that's fine. When I went to ask for like more information, it was the multiple prices for every category, and I was like, that is something different. I said, I've never seen that before. You're going to charge me for every category, but then to win grand champion, I have to be in every category. And it was
so again, that's also playing on words because you're saying, okay, you have to pay X, Y, Z. You have the option of actually, you have the option of competing for grand champion.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the option to compete. But if you want to qualify for grand champion, you have to pay all three of those categories. See, like,
for me, it was weird because I was like, normally, you either pay your entrance fee or your registration fee, your team fee, or you pay by the dancer. But on this one, it was both. You paid to register for the competition. You pick your categories that you're paying for. Plus, I still had to pay for the dancers to come. So it was like, and that's when I messaged whoever. I don't remember exactly if it was her directly or if it was somebody that reshared. But I posted and I was like, is there just one fee that I can pay? And she was like, yeah, there's just one fee. Go online and go look. When I went online, I still would have had to pay for each thing individually. And I was like, okay, this don't make sense. And then I put two and two together that it said at Disney World. And I was like, well, I've never seen anybody perform at Disney.
So just a clarification, when you saw that is what you saw, that this show was actually going to be hosted
at Disney World.
And just to be, once again, trying to play devil's advocate.
For me,
know what's up.
For me, Disney World is Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom, which means my girls was going to be performing at Magic Kingdom with the big castle in the back, no matter which stage they was on. That's what I thought. And then it actually took me a second to be like, okay, wait, no. I've never seen anybody dance at Magic Kingdom other than Disney World's own people. Wow. Because people have special insurance for their dancers to dance if they get hurt. That's why.
Right. Well, Amber, I do appreciate you coming on. I know you got a handful over there. But
yes.
I definitely appreciate it. And thank you for coming on. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, again, what are we talking about here, y'all? What needs to be clarified? Because this person, and let me be transparent, she is not a teacup. She is a follower. She has followed my platform. I see Amber all the time. She does not send me anything. And she actually inquired about taking her kids to this competition. And she said she just seen way too many red flags. So this is not, we're not talking about just one person like Reese making the decision he made. Reese made whatever decision he felt and saw fit to make because of red flags he saw. This is a completely separate woman that has a completely separate team in a completely separate state that made her own decision and said it was too many red flags. There's not a set fee to pay, but you want us to believe that this show is happening at Disney World. Then when people get to questioning, oh, it's not happening at Disney World. It's happening at the Disney Springs. Well, that's not Disney World. And if it was really happening at Disney Springs, why didn't you just put the address to Disney Springs up there? Why did you just put Orlando, Florida, and put the Disney logo trademark up there? It's not making sense.
Yeah.
It's not making sense, and you getting upset because people are questioning your validity of what you're putting out there to the community. And people, if you want to talk about jumping on the bandwagon, there's people that's jumping on the bandwagon with her to say, "Oh, y'all just trying to doggone tear down the major." Ain't nobody trying to tear down shit. When the evidence is evident, and when it's produced out there, why are you as a preacher woman or a woman of the cloth or whatever you want to call yourself, you're supposed to be about God and building God's kingdom. The Lord did not tell you to come over to the secular world and host a dance competition at all. Jennifer Meckler told you to come your ass over here and get some money. That's what she told you. But the Lord ain't have nothing to do with that. So make it make sense at this point. I don't care if she go live or not. She had an opportunity. And like I said, you mad because I said what I said. Well, once again, a hit dog will holler. If you didn't like it, then you shouldn't have put the shit out there. Because you're the one that presented it to the people. You're the only one that had, you had ample opportunity prior to tonight to go on your live and say what you had to say.
That's crazy, Jazz. That she gotta go through somebody else, but she asked you. She said, "Hey," literally almost begged you to come on your platform because you knew so many people.
I wasn't interested. Honestly, y'all. Honest to God, I told her when she brought it to me. When she said, "Well," she asked me twice, and the first time she asked me, I kind of like swayed from the question because I wanted her to take responsibility for herself and go on her own platform. She's still not going on her own platform. She's trying to go live in the biggest Majorette dance group. Why? Aren't you known? Don't you have your own following? So why do you have to go on the Majorette dance platform to speak, to clarify anything? Unless it's a mess involved. Why? You don't have a following. If I have a following, I don't need to go and make my following known on Majorette dance. I don't. This live video isn't even posted in Majorette dance. Because I don't need to go live in every Majorette group to make my presence known or to make my point. My point has been made. I seen another team in the comments that said the same thing, that she thought it was at Disney World, but was actually taking place at the resort. That's funny. Y'all talking about the comp that's supposed to be held at Disney during Dancing Preachers International. It ain't good news, especially the conference part. It's all too good to be true. You know, and like I said, she said, why would I want to scam 5-year-olds? Come on, are you serious? Well, why wouldn't you want to scam it? Other people's been doing it. Let's be honest. Why wouldn't you want to scam 5-year-olds? Other people have been doing it. So if other people don't care about scamming 5-year-olds, what makes you so different? Oh, because you wear the hat of a preacher woman, but your actions show different. And instead of you just not saying nothing, instead of you just saying, you know what, I'm going to let the people talk because they talked about Jesus. And he still was an overcomer. He still overcame that. Instead of doing that, now you got to go live in one of the biggest Majorette groups to make your presence known. When you said to ourselves that we could Google you, evidently we couldn't Google you. Okay. Evidently, you ain't got no following like you said you got. Because if you did, you would not have to go into a Majorette group to make your point clear. Is all I'm saying.
Or even ask you.
Or even ask me. Because I wasn't interested.
Yeah, you sure won't? You said no.
I was not interested, y'all. I straight up told her, I think you should go live on your own page. Jennifer was on the phone. I said, I think you should go live on your own page and you should clarify it for the people. You don't need my platform to do that. You should clarify. It's your show. You clarify it. I'm not going to touch it. Then she asked me again, well, Jasmine, I really think, you would have me to come on your platform. Oh, no. You thought that I was going to agree what you was doing? No, I wasn't agreeing what you were doing. I was letting you just tell me what you told me, but I wasn't agreeing with it. Right. I really wasn't agreeing with it at all. Let me go to because people sending me stuff in the inbox. Let me go. What's this, child? What is this that I see? Yeah, restore. Yeah, that's the one I seen, Jazzy. That's the one I seen, baby. That's what I seen. Yeah. Yeah. Because it is all misleading, and she must have thought that she was going to be able to come up on people's ignorance. I truly appreciate you, Jazz, because without you, I know my girls would have gotten fooled. And I appreciate you, Amber. I honestly, God, do. Like I said, I strongly feel as though we're going to have to eliminate a lot of foolishness. While people trying to eliminate Shady T's gone. Shady T's not here. The Majorette tea is here. So it's still with the same type of juice, but just a little bit more, a little bit more just, we're not going to be shady unless shade is warranted.
Yeah.
And what you just told me was that you felt disrespected. Well, let me help you something out, Sabrina McKenzie. Let me tell y'all what she said. Let me tell you how arrogant this woman is. It's coming to my remembrance. Thank you, Holy Ghost. It's coming to my remembrance. She also said, y'all just met. She was very, very arrogant. Y'all just mad because someone's coming in doing something bigger than y'all, and y'all scared they're going to take over.
Girl, take over where? That wig?
When she... Because when she said it, I said, I had, like, for real, I was like, oh, so that's what it's about? You must not be making no money over the dancing preachers. So you slowly and surely trying to make your way into the Majorette community.
She ain't got a husband.
Because it's some money to be made over here. So you slowly but surely easing your way on over here. Let me tap into this realm. But you a preacher.
She don't got a husband.
No, she don't. Not with that lace front way the hell back here, she don't. It is definitely enough for everyone to eat. There's people, like I said, it's Showtime, Buck or Die, and Warzone are the three biggest Majorette competitions out. The three biggest. We can have a show we can have a show faithfully and knowing that people are going to come and support because the shows are just that good. That is a fact. But then you have people coming in thinking that they can try to take over something that we collectively, Diana has her niche, I have mine, Jason has his.
Yep.
We don't try to step on each other's toes. We don't try to do what the next person does. Jason has his own thing. He does his way with his show. I have my own way of doing my things with my show. And Diana has her own way of doing hers with her show. We have it's an understanding.
That's right.
I'm not going to try to do something that Jason Hill does because what's worked for Jason may not work for me. And what works for me may not work for Jason. That's just what it is.
People feel like they just come in here and do what they want to do, and like, oh, it's a quick coin. Let's go get this coin. Nah, it takes a lot of work and effort behind the scenes of, putting on the competition. It takes a lot of people. You gotta have that certain type of group with you to help build.
She said I didn't even have to use the Majorette community to make this event happen. That's what she said. Oh, it's coming back to remembrance to me now. She said, I didn't have to go. She said, if I wanted to, I could have used my own people and I could have paid them. But you want to come over to our community to make money off of us. You want you want to run that by me one more time? So it's the arrogancy, and it's just like the lack of class that you have already. You are very belligerent and very arrogant, and I just don't. I don't fool with people like that. I really don't. I don't. At the end of the day, I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm pretty much done. Like, she literally has pissed me off when I got that message. Thank you, Jennifer, for telling me how she felt. Because again, I didn't say that woman's name. I didn't say that woman's competition. I was making a point overall. But again, you obviously felt some type of way because you felt disrespected. You took that it was as disrespect. I didn't need you to come on my platform. You asked me to come on my platform so you could try to clear your name. And then you said, oh, I'm not going to go on your platform. I'm going to Majorette dance. Well, let me tell you something. No shade, no tea, but you're not going to get that many views on Majorette dance either. You be posting your flyer in the group and don't nobody be liking it. So make it make sense, girl. Like, I'm just like, you going to Majorette dance and say what? That's not supposed to make me mad. Girl, go ahead. Cheryl Carter will let you post to her group. She'll let you, she been letting you post in a group. She'll let you go live in a group. Do that. But why you got to go live on a group or a platform where you could have went live if you're so known, you could have went live on your Facebook page? Again, you guys, over it. Over it. Reese, I appreciate you coming on, baby, and being professional and just speaking your piece. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah,
and wrap this up, baby. But yeah, you guys, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it, you guys. I'm over it. I'm gonna go ahead and relax and do my orders and stuff. So you guys have a great night.
T stands for teaching, E stands for educating, and A stands for bringing awareness. And that's exactly what we are doing. Somebody put me in beef flat because I feel like I'm about to go there.